Hello.
Hi.
Hello, welcome to Academy of New York Live. You're watching a live session about 25 idioms by Tamara and Carter. We're also doing 25 idioms and common expressions. Again, my name is Carter.
And I'm Tamara, and hopefully these expressions and idioms will help you sound a lot more like a native speaker. You're studying English now, and we want to help you make sure that you pick up some of these words and expressions that Americans commonly say.
Exactly, and we also want to remind you that we start our new semester in April, so join our Academy of New York and we'll get you talking, okay? So don't forget that. And also remember to subscribe online for our online course. Just call or text us, okay? So again, subscribe for our online course. Just call or text us, all right?
We will be doing these lives for the next 2 weeks. You'll have different instructors. This is just a taste of our lessons. This is not like a full lesson in the class, but this will give you an idea of how our academy works, what our instructors sound like, and just a good taste of it. Feel free to write your questions and interact with us. We want to hear what you have to say, what you think. Give us your feedback. We're ready.
Yes, and so an idiom, just so we get the sort of context and the definition of what an idiom is, it's sort of like, how do you put it? It's like an expression, but it's sort of like, it's not something you can translate word for word. You kind of have to remember what an idiom is. And one really popular idiom, which we're going to start with, which I think is the perfect idiom for us to start with, is let's get down to business. So yes. Let's get down to business, all right?
Exactly, exactly. That expression means let's get things started.
Let's get started. Let's stop with the small talk and let's get down to business, okay?
Exactly.
So
it's a very common business idiom, but you can use this when you're talking about things every day. You know, it's time to do some housework. Hey, let's get down to business. We'll clean this house.
Exactly.
And then we can have fun later.
Yeah, exactly it. Exactly. And how would you use that? I mean, I'm trying to think how I would use that too. Would be sort of like you said, like you're tired of kind of like the small talk and you're ready to get down to it. So to get down to business. So we're gonna try to get down to business right now with some idioms. All right. And a second one. Oh, the other thing we wanted to mention, we talked before this, was that in American English specifically, I'm not so sure about British English, but there's a lot of sports metaphors and sports analogies and sort of things comparing to sports. So in these idioms that we have a few that actually have a kind of sports element to them. So
very common, very common. Americans love sports, so we do use that a lot in our language. I see a lot of people are joining us online, and that is great. That is great. We want your interaction. We want you to say hello to us. Hopefully from our first little video, you learned some new ways and expressions to say hi, yes? So I see some hi guys, hello.
How you doing?
What's up?
What's up, yeah.
Very good. We're happy that you're here, and we hope that you get a lot out of this. We're about to get down to business, but get a pen and jot some things down.
Yeah.
Jot it down. That expression means?
Yeah, well, it just means to take some notes. Not detailed notes, but just some general ideas and things to get things down so you can remember, you know, what we've learned and what we talked about today. So jot some things down. Really a great expression, actually. Yeah.
Yes, I say it a lot in my classes. I remind my students, jot this down. We might have it on the test. So jot is spelled J-O-T, okay? So it's an expression meaning to write something down. Take a quick note, okay? So when we are ready to get down to business, have your pens and paper ready to jot things down.
Jot things down, good. Back to the sports sort of analogy and elements that we have in idioms. One I want to talk about is ballpark figure or ballpark number, all right? A ballpark is for us back home a stadium, right? Particularly a baseball stadium. And when I think of a ballpark, you know, I mean, we have the old song, "Take Me Out to the Ballpark," right? Take me out there, yeah. So the idea of a ballpark figure or ballpark number is kind of like an estimate, right? It's not an exact figure. It's something you're kind of guessing the number or the figure on, right?
Yes.
So
exactly.
that's one. So yeah,
exactly. A ballpark, it's a place where we play ball. So
Right.
when we use that expression, for example, you're out shopping
Right.
and you see something and you don't know the price and you don't want to bother him to get the exact price. You just say, oh, give me a ballpark figure. How much does that cost?
Right.
So you just want not a perfect estimate, but just to have an idea.
General idea, right? You're buying a car. You're going to buy a car, right? And you just talk to the guy and you say, "Look, I love your car. I want to buy it. Ballpark figure, ballpark number, ballpark number."
Yeah.
And the guy could say, "I didn't look in the blue book. I didn't look in the blue. Remember the blue book?
Yes, yes.
It's like where all the cars have their estimates and things like that."
I
But he could
sold
say,
cars in America,
Okay,
so
yeah.
people came in very often saying, "This is the blue book value for my car."
Right, right.
And I would say, okay,
Right.
I got it. Let me jot that down,
Exactly.
and I would have a number for that.
Yeah. So the blue book value would be the opposite of ballpark.
Yeah.
Ballpark is you're just taking a guess, basically an estimate of that. So that's another kind of sports metaphor or element in an idiom. Another one that I wanted to talk about, which we do, and I want you to also put in some of your expressions that you wanted to mention as well, is keep one's eye on the ball, or keep your eye on the ball. Now, again, another baseball metaphor, right? It's the idea that you have a pitcher. I don't know if you ever watched a baseball game, and you're the batter, and you're waiting for the ball to come at the perfect moment, waiting, focus, boom, and you hit the ball, right? You hit the ball. So the idea is keeping your eye on the ball, staying focused. So to use this idiom just means to stay focused in whatever task you're doing, whatever goals you might set for yourself. And that's what keep your eye on the ball sort of means.
Exactly. That is perfect analogy, and it's very commonly used.
And I think you had the expression, which I think kind of goes well with it. The idea is to pull yourself together, which can kind of go with that. So why don't you talk about that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
we would say that when we're saying to stay focused.
Yeah.
Pull yourself together.
Right.
Get yourself together, stay focused. That is
Keep
a common expression
Uh-huh.
that you would hear
Right, it goes
from
together.
Americans when you're just saying, to stay focused, let's focus on the task that we have to do.
Exactly. Pull yourself together, you know? And usually if you hear pull yourself together, often you're going to hear next is keep your eye on the ball. So they kind of go hand in hand.
Together.
They go together.
Oh, look at all these hellos. Hey, you guys, you're watching a live session with Tamara and Carter. We are talking about idioms and the common expressions that make you sound more like a native American speaker. So thank you so much for saying hello to us in the comments. We are really happy to see you here. Remember that we're starting our semester in April. You can join Academy of New York here online, and then join us in April. We will get you talking.
That's right. That's right. I totally agree. So we also want to talk about some idioms today. That's what we're doing. 25 idioms and common expressions. And we were talking about the sports ones, and we're going to talk about another one, which is in full swing. Okay. And I think right now we could say we're in full swing with this live Facebook session, right?
Exactly.
So what would be in full swing, Tamara? What would you say?
It means that things are getting going, that our things are up and going and working through. So if we're in full swing, like our semester will be in full swing in April. And we hope we see you there. So that's how we would use that expression. You can use it in business, or you can use it in a casual way when you're talking about, maybe you're going to a party and you call your friend and you say, hey, come on over, the party's in full swing.
In full swing. It's at the highest point.
Yes, it means it is happening right now. The action is on. You've got to be a part of it.
You might miss it. You might miss it.
Definitely,
So
definitely. And so someone might say, oh, it's in full swing, for real? That's a common expression you'll hear from Americans when we're trying to agree with you or understand. We might say, oh, for real?
Yeah.
We believe you and we're just agreeing with the situation.
Yes. It's like saying really.
Yeah, it's like saying really.
Really? Yeah. So, for real?
So the party's in full swing. This American Academy Live is in full swing.
We're in full swing, and we're happy to be here with you guys. This is our first time doing this, so sorry if we're a little bit nervous today. Sorry, but I think we're doing okay.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I see someone's used that expression. You're in full swing right now. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, good job.
That's correct. Good job. Good job with that.
Googie Hall. Yeah.
You guys, write your expressions or any questions in the comment area. We want to interact with you. We want to hear it, and we'll make sure to let you know that you're using these expressions correctly.
Yes, that is, I think, half the battle is, I mean, half the battle, of course, is sort of hearing them and understanding what they mean, but, you know, it takes another sort of gear to start to really feel comfortable enough to start using them. Because,
exactly,
you know,
exactly.
For us, it comes
truly, idioms
natural.
and expressions are a little more advanced. So right now, don't worry if you don't understand everything that we're saying. You know, jot things down as you go. And yes, once you get to a more advanced level, these will make a lot more sense. But certainly it's good to have exposure to these. We're giving you this taste of how it can be in a lesson, and how we will help you step by step to get to your next level in English.
Just so for those who are coming in late, the ones we've covered so far with regards to idioms, we did get down to business. Again, get down to business, which means to stop making small talk and sort of get to the business at hand, right? We've done keep one's eye on the ball.
Exactly.
Keep your eye on the ball. And in concert with keep your eye on the ball or keep one's eye on the ball, we've said pull yourself together.
Exactly.
Which go hand in hand, right? We've done ballpark figure or number, which means give a general idea or estimate of the cost of something. So those are the ones we've covered so far. And the last but not least we've done so far is in full swing.
Okay, yes. And I've mentioned it a few times. Jot these down.
Right.
So jot, it means to write it. Carter mentioned one, in concert with. It means that things go together. It's not we're singing a song and we're both here dancing. When someone says that's in concert with, it means that it goes together or it comes along with that situation.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Really good one. Next. So maybe this is something you've heard. I love this one. No strings attached. Yeah. Now, no strings attached just simply means that you want something with nothing. But that essentially that there's nothing, you want something but you don't want to give something in return.
Yeah,
right?
Or that you're not obligated.
Or
you don't
obligated,
have to do something else. They're giving it to you and they don't want anything else back.
There's no demands, there's no limits, and so no strings attached. And that's, you know, I mean, that's the ideal for a lot of people in life, to get something and not have to worry about, you know, reciprocating to give something back. Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
Right.
When someone gives me something and they don't want anything back from me, it's a no-brainer to accept that offer.
A no-brainer means it goes without thinking, right? It's like, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Of course. Yeah.
So I like that one because right now there's a lot of things that we have to do a trade-off because of this coronavirus.
Right.
But certain things are no strings attached.
Right.
Like these lessons.
Right.
They're no strings attached. They're free. There's not always something, like we say, there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Right.
Yes.
No such thing as a free lunch except today. No such thing as a free lunch except today. So, and that, I mean, if you want to tell them what that expression is, that's your expression. I know that you jotted down earlier.
Yes, I wrote it down. There's no such thing as a free lunch. That's the expression. And what it means is that, while something doesn't cost money right away, at some time or another, or in some way or another, you might have to pay.
Right.
Okay, so you may not pay for it with zloty right now, or dollars, give me a buck.
Right.
But later on, there might be a cost in some other way.
Yes.
So we can use it in business, but we can use it when we're talking about social situations, that there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Yes, this is so true. And what was the other one we're going to talk about? It was a really good one. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh, the elephant in the room. We talked about this off camera. The elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room means something that everybody knows for which it's a problem,
Yeah.
but nobody is addressing, right? So, for example, for a long time, the elephant in the room was coronavirus in some countries that nobody was addressing, but everybody knew was a potential, right? A potential harm to people. Now people are addressing the elephant in the room, right?
Exactly.
So the elephant in the room, and it could be, what would be another great example of the elephant in the room?
Oh, well, there's many times when
Yeah.
in a social situation, there's a topic that you and your friends or you and your partner don't want to talk about, but you know you need to, so we call it the elephant in the room.
Right.
A common phrase that I would say that we use sometimes to clarify things, we might say, what the heck's going on?
Right.
What the heck is going on?
Right.
It's an expression that Americans use when we want to know what's happening here.
But-
what the heck is
right.
going on?
But
You
really
can say
getting
that
to
expression.
getting to the, yeah.
And
the
it's
core.
not a bad word. You're not swearing. You're
Right.
not saying a bad word.
Yes.
You can say, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, what the heck is going on? Yeah. Something my dad would say. Gosh darn it. Yeah. Gosh darn
Definitely.
it. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, we have so many other expressions to go through. We hope you're really enjoying this opportunity to be online live with us. Just as a reminder, in April, we're going to start our new semester.
That's right.
So we hope that you join us at the Academy of New York. We'll get you talking.
Right, so please subscribe for our online course. Just call or text us, and someone will obviously get a hold of you and join the Academy of New York's family.
Okay,
right? Yeah.
definitely. Oh, I see some other good expressions in the comment box. It goes without saying.
It goes without saying.
What does that mean, Carter?
It means it's no need to even address it. It's just it's gonna happen. Like it's right. I mean, it's just sort of like that's the way it is.
Yes.
It goes without saying. Yeah.
It means that that's the way it is.
That's the way it is.
Don't even have to mention it.
Right.
It goes without saying.
It goes without saying.
It goes without saying.
Yeah.
If you come to the Academy New York,
Right.
you sign up, you take your lessons with us,
Right.
we'll get you speaking more like a native speaker.
It goes without saying. Yeah, it goes without saying. Exactly.
We can do that. It's going to happen. You don't even have to question it.
In fact, you sold me.
That's a good one.
You sold me.
That's another good expression. Do you use that one?
Yeah, you sold me. I mean, I love that one. You know, when someone is saying something, it doesn't mean literally like, you know, someone sold you. It just means that you're whatever someone is telling you, you're buying into it. You're agreeing with it.
And you agree.
Yeah, exactly. So you sold me. All right, let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another quick way to say that you agree, a common expression is, you bet.
Yeah.
You bet. We say it all the time in America when we agree with something or someone asks us to do something, we say, oh, you bet. That's another way of saying, yes, I agree.
Yes, very
Okay.
good. That's a great expression. And another great expression I love is up in the air, which also goes, well, not expression, an idiom. An idiom is up in the air, which actually means something is undecided or certain. So up in the air, all right? But it goes with your expression that you wanted to present was let's play it by ear, which I think they kind of, you know, again, go in concert.
Yes,
Yeah.
in concert, very good. You're repeating that,
Right.
very good expression. Yes, it is something that we use very often to say that something is up in the air. But then we use the common phrase, let's play it by ear.
Right.
Means we don't have to lock the details in now. We'll just see how things go, okay?
Right.
A lot of the things we're working with right now on these expressions, we're playing it by ear.
Playing it by ear.
See how things go with what you
right.
are saying, what you are telling us.
On the fly.
Yes.
Yeah, on the fly, yeah. So.
I see that David says he wants to learn English, but I don't know how. Can you help me?
Yes, sir, we can.
You bet.
You bet. That's why you should go to the Academy of New York website and you should subscribe online and just call or text us.
Yes.
And we'll sign you up and it goes without saying you'll learn some English.
Yes, exactly. That's what we are here for. And that's why we're giving you this taste online with these Academy of New York live on Facebook.
That's right.
And it's great that you guys are responding to us online. We really, really appreciate that. Yeah. Keep up the good work.
Yes.
And that's another expression that I like to use in my classes. Keep up the good work. It's a common phrase that we use to give someone a compliment and say, good job, keep up the good work.
Right.
So keep writing comments to us.
David, we're going to step your game up in English. Step up your game in English. So that's another expression that you should know. And why don't you tell them tomorrow, because it's actually your expression.
Oh, I had that one on my list, but as Carter said before, we have so many expressions that have to do with sports.
Yeah.
And step your game up is one of those.
Yes.
And one that you might hear very often right now is to bring your A game.
Bring your A game. Yeah.
Carter and I had to bring our A game today. Yes.
Exactly. And well, it comes from, and if you guys know about the U.S. grading system, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, right? So A is the best you can do, right? The highest grade you can get.
Exactly.
So you want to bring your A game, right? So when you come, you know, when you work at Academy, I think all of us teachers try to bring our A game all the time.
Exactly.
So that's why you definitely should sign up and come learn some English at the Academy of New York.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So David, you know, bring your A game, step your game up.
Right.
We will help you.
Definitely.
We're here to help you say what you want to be able to say in English.
Exactly.
Okay?
Another good one, I think with regards to studying English and learning English, or anything in life for that matter, is don't put the cart before the horse. That's a great idiom.
Oh,
don't
yes.
put the cart before the horse. And that means is set things in priority. Make first things first, right? So the first thing you need to do is to sign up to the Academy of New York, and that's the first thing. That's putting the first things first. Right?
Yes, exactly. Putting
exactly.
first things first. That's the right step for you to come and sign up.
And not putting the cart before the horse.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
The ball is in your court. I see that one, Iman. Thanks so much for responding. You guys keep it up. Good job. Keep up the good work.
Good one. I like that one. Yeah.
I do.
Another sports one. Yeah, it's a great one. Yeah. So it just goes to show you how many sports analogies we have, in particularly in American English.
Yes, exactly. We love sports. Talk about some of the ones we have talked about already. Let's review.
Sure, let's review some. So I think one of the first ones we did was to get down to business, right?
Yes.
Which we try to do after a little bit of small talk with you folks, introducing ourselves. At one point, it was time to get down to business, right?
Exactly.
So, and that means to stop making small talk and talk about the things for which we're here to talk about, all right? We also did ballpark number, ballpark figure, which is to have a very sort of general, inexact number or estimate of something, right?
Exactly. To talk about the price of something. You just want an idea what the price is. You're asking for a ballpark figure.
Right, ballpark number. We also did keep one's eye on the ball.
Exactly.
Keep one's eye on the ball, which means to give something its full attention and focus, to keep one's eye on the ball, which we also said, which goes in concert, is to pull yourself together. Pull yourself together. Keep your eye on the ball, right? Yeah, so very, very important. Those two usually go together. Great expression. And we also did in full swing. In full swing means to, why don't you tell them what that
means that things are happening now, like this American Academy New York Live.
Right.
It is in full swing, and we're so happy that you're here writing comments.
Exactly.
I see another comment from Christopher that we are really down to earth.
Yes.
Now that one wasn't on our list, but that is an excellent expression. It's a good way to describe people, to say that they are down to earth. It means that you can talk to them, you can get close to that person, you can relate to that person. So it's a really good positive adjective to describe people.
Exactly. And the last one I think we did, not the last one, but we did no strings attached. And no strings attached means that something is being given without involving sort of any demands or limits. You're not expecting something in return or having to give something in return. So no strings attached. That was one we also covered. And we
But on the opposite side of no strings attached was there's no such thing as a free lunch.
There you go. No such thing.
That expression means that, hey, maybe you don't have to pay right now in dollars or in some money, but in the future, maybe some payment will be expected. So there's no such thing as a free lunch.
That's true.
Do you have an expression like that in Polish? maybe someone could put an expression that might be similar to some of these that we've talked about, and let us know if those are something that you might say commonly in Polish.
Most definitely. We want you guys to comment. Please add any, we want to hear what you have to say. In fact, we have someone added, Dwayne Corrigan said, with the baseball, keeping with our baseball, sort of theme, he adds home run and grand slam.
Oh, yeah.
That's a home run, grand slam.
You bet, you bet. Those are excellent. That means that was the top of the game. That was the best play.
Right.
So it's an excellent adjective to describe when someone did a great job.
Exactly.
Great job, Dwayne. Thank you for that one.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Exactly. Awesome. And we also did up in the air. Which means something is undecided or uncertain, and which also went with Tamara's expressions. Let's play it by ear.
Play it by ear.
Let's play it by ear, right?
Right now we're in uncertain times, so we have to play it by ear.
Everything's up in the air.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't know if next week we'll still be in quarantine or next month. So we have to play it by ear.
Yeah.
Things are a little bit up in the air.
Exactly. And then I think another one I mentioned was the elephant in the room, which means the topic for which nobody's talking about, which is actually the huge problem, right? But nobody's addressing, nobody's discussing, right? The elephant in the room, And like I said before, I said the elephant in the room for a lot of us, or in certain countries, was Corona, but nobody was addressing it. Now we are.
But what the heck is going on?
Right.
That is the expression I felt like fit well with. How do we talk about the elephant in the room? What the heck is going on?
Exactly. Totally. Yes, and then let's see. We did some other one too. Step up your game.
Yeah, we talked about step up your game and to bring your A game.
Bring your A game.
Oh, I see another good expression. What goes around comes around.
Oh yeah.
Is that the one that is in Polish? Do you have something like that in Polish? Have you heard that in Polish?
I've never heard that in Polish.
Okay, but in English, what does it mean when we say what goes around comes around?
If someone's telling you that, that means essentially you messed up. It means that you did wrong to that person or wrong to somebody else, and they're like, you know what? What goes around comes around.
Yes.
So
something might happen back to you.
Yeah.
Because you did something that wasn't so good.
Right.
But it can have a positive. It can mean that if we do something right, it's going to come back to us in a good way.
She's far more positive than I am.
It can have good karma. I'm just going to say that it can have a meaning of
what you put out in the world is what you get back.
Yes.
What goes around comes around.
The reason we're going through a lot of these expressions and idioms today is to help you understand a native speaker a little bit more.
Right.
If someone says that expression to you, what goes around comes around, now you've heard it, and I hope you jotted it down so that you can think, oh, okay, I know what they're saying to me. That something else might happen because of my behavior. Thank you so much, you guys, for keep putting those in the comment box. We're happy that you're here with us. You've been watching our live session. We do want to remind you that this is just a taste. This is not a full lesson. But we hope that you sign up for our full lessons that are coming in April. We'll be doing some lessons online, and hopefully after we have a clear idea and things aren't so up in the air, we may be back at our Academy as quickly as possible.
But always be sure when you sign up for Academy of New York that all of our teachers bring our A game all the time at every lesson. All right?
You bet.
Yeah, definitely. So
I'm trying to use all of these expressions. I hope you guys see how we use them in conversation, that these expressions are ones that you will hear Americans say each and every day. Oh,
one I forgot I mentioned as well is put the cart before the horse. In our review of what we talked about, put the cart before the horse.
Exactly. And this expression that says that it seems like a piece of cake, that's another very common expression. Someone wrote it in the comments there. I know my Polish students have taught me that your expression is like butter and a roll, meaning that something is really easy, like a piece of cake that we say in English. My Polish students have told me that you use the expression it's like butter and a roll. I'm not sure if I'm right on that. I'm still working on my Polish, But I like to see that you guys give us ideas of expressions that work for you.
Right. I mean, all are under the assumption if you like cake or you like bread and butter. So if you don't like either, then it doesn't mean anything to you. So yeah.
Good.
We have something else here. Someone said we have a proverb. I'm not going to read it in Polish because I don't want to embarrass myself. Which is similar for me, like what goes wrong. Oh, okay. They're saying what it means in Polish.
So that one does have a meaning in Polish as well. That's good. Idioms can be a bit tricky.
Yes.
Some of them don't, and the words individually can mean something else, but when you put them together as a phrase or an idiom, they could have a totally different meaning.
Exactly.
That's why we're going through these today, so that you get a better idea of how things are said by native speakers.
Right. Exactly. Oh, we have another one. You're on cloud 9.
Oh, we use that one. Yes, we do.
That's a song about temptation.
That's a song about temptation.
This means you're in the highest possible feeling and you know, whatever.
You are so happy.
So
for right now, I'm so happy to be online. I'm on cloud 9. That's how I would use that expression in English. So.
And if you go to one of our classes at Academy New York, you will definitely be on cloud 9.
That's right.
Because our teachers are awesome and we bring our A game.
That's a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
That's a no-brainer.
And we always get down to business.
These expressions, you guys are doing a great job giving us feedback. We really, really appreciate it. We have a few more on our list.
We do. Oh, easy come, easy go.
Okay.
Easy come, easy go. I think that's pretty something that's easily gained, can be easily lost.
Yes.
Love, right?
Exactly. Yep, things can come fast. And they can go just as fast.
So you have to hold fast to them and protect them, right?
Exactly. So we say that something is easy come, easy go.
Or you will find yourself back at square one, which is our next idiom. Back at square one, which means you start something over again, right? To start something over again because the previous attempt failed. So
back at square one is a little different than another expression, back to basics. We use back to basics, meaning that we need to always stay with the basics. But back to square one, as Carter said, is I messed up. We've got to go back to where we started and try again. Okay? So back to the basics is meaning that we're reviewing the basics. Like in our lessons, we'll review the basics with you and keep things going so that you get your English to the next level. And if things don't go as planned, then we go back to square one and we keep going with you to get you to where you want to be in English.
Back to basics also could mean in your own life that things have become too complicated and complex, and you're kind of simplifying things, right? And you're just trying to make things simple in your life and just getting back to the basics, things for which when maybe you were younger, you sort of stuck to, which got you where you were at, like in terms of being successful or something, and you're just trying to sort of remove the more complicated aspects of your life, you know, other things in your life, right? I just gotta get back to basics.
Back to basics, have things easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
I see that expression there. I like it. I've used that many times. A few others. Oh, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay.
We got a poet over here.
We're rhyming here. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I like straight to the point. Straight to the point. It's like get down to business, really. You know.
Or we might say cut to the chase.
Cut to the chase. Exactly. Straight to the point.
Cut to the chase and get right to it. Let's talk about the details. So we'll cut to the chase. You're watching this live here on Academy of New York, and we want you to sign up with us next week. Come take lessons either online or directly at the Academy. Okay, so cutting to the chase, getting right to it.
And again, I'm Carter. I'm a teacher at Academy of New York.
I'm Tamara. I'm one of the language instructors as well, and I'm on cloud 9 to be here doing this live session with you guys.
Yes, I am too. It's a lot of fun, and this thing came together well. I'm really happy how we think.
This one, we were able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone with this expression and with this live session. We were able to give our students something, and so they don't miss out on any English, And we were able to hopefully talk to a lot of new people and get them interested in taking lessons at Academy of New York. So we were able to kill two birds with one stone.
Exactly.
I think that expression is also probably commonly used in Polish or something similar. To kill two birds with one stone.
Yes.
We don't mean to kill birds.
No.
Nobody's hunting.
If you do that, we will have to call the authorities.
Yes.
We will report you. Don't kill birds.
As idioms, you can't always take them literally. We don't want to kill birds, but idioms mean that we put words together and create an expression that means something else. Okay, and these expressions are common in English.
And we have another one, needle in a haystack. That's a good one.
Yes, it is. Yes. I've used it a few times, I can say, when you're searching for something and it's like, it's impossible to find it. It's like,
like your car keys. You can't find your car keys or your house keys, right?
Exactly.
Like, it's like finding a needle in a haystack, you know? So there's that.
It means that something is almost impossible. There's too many other things around it, and this thing is too small and too hidden that it might be so difficult for you to find.
Very good.
But learning English is not like a needle in a haystack.
No.
This is easy peasy lemon squeezy.
And in fact, we're easy to find because we have a website, Academy of New York, and we start our new semester in April. So join our Academy of New York family. Again, subscribe for our online courses. Just call or text us. And again, you're with Carter and Tamara. So,
yes, exactly. Yes, I'm so glad that you guys are giving us some really good feedback. I see another one, when pigs fly. Is that my grandmother writing that expression? Because she would say that all the time. What does that one mean to you, Carter?
It just means it's like, it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, when pigs fly.
When pigs fly, it's not gonna happen.
No.
So,
don't get that messed up with princes when doves, when doves cry.
When doves cry.
No, it's when pigs fly.
When pigs fly,
pigs
yes.
fly.
It's sort of the opposite of the expression I told you about later, to say, you bet. You know? You could use you bet in a sarcastic way, and it could mean it ain't gonna happen. It could mean when pigs fly.
But Tamara would never do that because she's not sarcastic.
No, I'm not. I'm an angel. But using you bet is a way that you might hear people say yes in English, in American English. So I hope you jotted it down and you understand that expression, and maybe try using it. Instead of saying yes to someone, say you bet. Try that expression. Try some of these with your English practice, okay?
And sometimes in certain places, people say bet.
Yes, okay, yeah, so there we go with slang.
There
we say slang things, yes, definitely.
Just bet.
And I think someone will have that lesson to have some more slang. We're trying to give you guys some really good expressions and common idioms, but definitely bet is slang. Yes, and cool
it's just taking the you off and just bet. Don't even mess with the you.
Cool American slang. We do use that often. Oh, okay. Now, more Polish. It's very difficult for me to say that, so I'll say two birds with one stone. Is this in Polish? You bet. Okay.
But it's baked two roasts on one fire. It says.
To bake two roasts on one fire. I like that. Thank you.
I like
Keep
it
up
too.
the good work, Martin. You're giving us some very good expressions.
I like it because it doesn't involve killing anything. It involves eating. I like to eat. So I think that's
That's true. You bet. I think that's a good one. If you're just coming at the end right now, we have been talking about idioms and expressions that you will hear from native speakers, especially American native speakers. And at the Academy of New York, we're all native American English speakers. That's what our focus is. So our accent will reflect that. You'll see that in our voices and hear that in our lesson style. So hopefully you've enjoyed this, and please, this is a taste of our lessons. We hope that you come back for more of these live dailies, and please subscribe online and come sign up for lessons or come back to your lessons in April. We will see you then.
That's right. Oh, want to also, because a couple we sort of missed, see eye to eye.
Okay.
Which also, see eye to eye. I don't think, did we do see eye to eye? Maybe
we did talk about
I'm sorry,
that.
Okay, we did? All right, so to agree with somebody.
Yeah, we did talk about that one.
And
so we're seeing eye to eye.
I want to say, if you come and you sign up at Academy of New York, you will be ahead of the pack.
Oh!
Or ahead of the pack.
Yes, exactly.
Which means to be more successful than the competition, right? And that's what you want, and that's why you should sign up and join our family at Academy of New York, to be ahead of the pack. Right?
Good, good. It's sort of a sports analogy. Many of these today that we talked about are expressions that come from sports. So be ahead of the pack. Bring your A game, that hit the ball out of the park, or a grand slam. Those are all the same type of expressions that really mean to be the best, to be the best. And we want you to be the best you can be with your English here at Academy of New York.
Exactly, exactly.
So you sold me on that.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You sold me on that
to
come and, you know.
I'll have to keep up the good work.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Expression,
Exactly. I try to give my students that sort of compliment, to keep up the good work, to keep it going. There you go. And that's a way that we sometimes say it. You'll hear that at sports events. There you go. There's my son. He hit a home run. So there you go is a way to give someone praise, or say, hey, you did a good job. There you go. Keep going with it.
And one of the other great things I want to mention at the Academy of New York is that we have teachers from all over the United States. So you're really going to be able to experience possibly teachers with different accents, different ways of pronouncing things, because there's more than one way of speaking English as a native, depending on what region you're from, what country you're from, which is going to be good for you in your development. So I think that's another great reason why you should sign up for Academy of New York today.
Exactly.
So don't wait. All right.
So where are you from, Carter? Where are you from?
I'm from New York originally, the East Coast.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, but I'm speaking in very generic American English right now. I'm not speaking with my normal accent. It comes out every once in a while, but some of you know.
Yes.
But for example, someone asked me, one of the students, they said, well, I said, well, I don't usually say water like this, like water. And they go, well, how do you usually say water? I go, water. I say water. Yeah.
You don't say.
So don't be frightened. But it's good to know these things. I think when you're learning English, to learn the different ways of hearing things, pronouncing things.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm from the opposite side of the U.S.
Very opposite.
Very far north.
Near Russia. Alaska.
I'm from Alaska, and our accent is very neutral. So we use expressions that are more your common expressions. We don't have as much slang as maybe a New Yorker or maybe some of our instructors from California, but our voice, our accent is really pretty neutral.
So anyone you see on the newscast in America, they're usually from Alaska or Kansas or someplace like that, not from the coast.
You bet.
Because our accents are too thick.
Yes, our accent is really very neutral. So we hopefully you can understand our expressions very, very well. And now, if you've jotted some of these down, you will have a lot of these expressions in your back pocket, so that you will be able to use them when you're talking and speaking English with new people, or when you travel, or even to impress your American English instructors. We want to hear it so we can keep telling you to keep up the good work.
So someone really has a great expression, which is hit the road, which is something we're going to have to do quite soon. Is hit the road, which means to leave. We'll have to leave you guys.
Soon now we might have to hit the road, or to hit the hay, which was another expression.
Go to sleep.
When we use hit the hay, I would say we would use it more when it's time to actually go to bed. So to hit the road is when it's time to leave. So when we're ready to wrap things up, which is an expression I wanted to use today, wrap up something means it's time to close it down, to finish. So then would be our time to hit the road. So we do want to thank you guys for the time we spent together. We hope that these idioms and expressions that we shared with you, that you jotted them down, that you'll get to use a lot of them. And I know that I enjoyed this. I was on cloud 9 being here with you.
And we expect to see you on our next live session tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll have Rob and Taylor.
Yeah.
We'll give you 15 ways to speak English confidently. So Rob and Taylor, great guys. You're going to enjoy them. Good colleagues of ours. So we want to thank you again for joining us. Again, my name is Carter. I'm a teacher here at Academy of New York.
I'm Tamara. So wrapping this up, we'll just say, take it easy, you guys. That's another expression to be able to say bye. You could just say, take it easy.
Take it easy. Peace.
Take care.
Everyone stay safe, all right?
Yes,
stay safe.
Take care. Take it easy.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the Academy of New York. You're watching live session about 25 idioms by Tamara and Carter. And we're also doing common expressions.
Yes.
I'm
Hey
Carter.
guys, I'm Tamara. And we are hoping that these 25 idioms and expressions are something that you will hear very often from native speakers. And we're hoping that you'll be able to put these into use in your conversation.
That's right. And so we also want to remind you that we start our new semester in April. So join our Academy of New York family. We'll get you talking. Subscribe for our online course. Just call or text us. And we want you to join our family. And we're going to actually start with our first idiom, which is we're going to get down to business.
Get down to business.
We're gonna get down to business, all right? So get down to business, for those of you who don't know, means to stop making small talk and let's get to what we came here for, which is learning some English and learning some idioms and expressions.
Exactly,
right? In this case,
exactly. We can use that expression, get down to business, in business conversation, but it does work in a social situation or something more casual. For example, you might say, okay, let's get down to business, kids, let's clean this house. And then we can have fun and watch movies, turn on Netflix.
Exactly it. So get down to business is one. The other thing we want to mention, in American English specifically, we have a lot of sports metaphors and analogies that we mix in, and particularly in our idioms. And you're gonna see a few of those as we go along in this sort of our live chat today. And one such one that we do is is ballpark number, ballpark figure.
Right.
Ballpark number or ballpark figure. Why don't you tell them a little bit about the sort of genesis of that?
Okay, I know that expression. It comes from baseball because a ballpark is where we play baseball.
Right.
Okay, you play football on a pitch or a field.
Right.
Baseball, which is America's favorite sport, it's our pastime, is played in a ballpark. In a ballpark.
We even have a song called "Take Me Out to the Ballpark" that we sing during the 7th inning stretch.
And when we use that expression, a ballpark figure, it's an expression that means give me an estimate. I don't need to know the exact price, but how much, about how much. So we use it in business when we might be giving our client an estimate or the price on the contract, but we can use it in personal ways. You might be shopping and you see something you like. You don't want to bother them for the total price, but you say, oh, just give me a ballpark figure. How much does it cost? Definitely.
Or you want to buy a car and you're passing by the car and you see the guy, maybe the owner's there, and you say, hey, like, what's ballpark number, ballpark figure in this car? And he'll say, I have to look at the blue book value.
The blue book. That comes from my past life. I sold cars in America, and the blue book tells what the car is, exactly what the price should be for a used car. So clients would come in and say, oh, the blue book value for my car is this. But a ballpark figure, no.
Is the opposite of a blue book value, right? So that's, again, another sort of sports idiom, I would say, that you can use generally in your life.
Now, all of these idioms, I hope that you jot these down. Jot these down? What is that expression, Carter?
It means just to take general notes, not detailed notes, but general notes, so you can remember, when you can look back and say, oh, we talked about this, we talked about that. And in fact, want you to also take a note of right now is remember that this isn't a sort of normal lesson. This is sort of a taste of what we do at Academy of New York, okay? So don't be sort of put off if we're speaking a little too fast or this is a little maybe too casual for you. This is to get you just a taste of what we do.
Exactly.
And as you know, we both are teachers at Academy of New York, so we hope you come join our family.
Yes, we start our new semester in April. Depending on how things go, we might be doing classes online. So this is an idea of how the online classes work with the webcam, seeing your instructor on the camera. But we might be back in the classroom, and so we hope to see you either way, either online or in the classroom.
Exactly.
So we talked about jotting things down, and we talked about the expression of let's get down to business, an expression that we have that is a little bit more about school and study. We might say, let's hit the books, okay? Right. We use that expression or that phrase. I use it often in class. It's time to hit the books, okay? It's not hitting anybody.
No.
All right, ouch. So these expressions are idioms, you know, idioms, that's not taking the words literally.
Right.
It's taking words that, you know, may mean different things when they're apart, but put them together in a phrase, they mean something totally different.
Exactly. So that's why it's really important. Sometimes with idioms, you cannot rely on Google Translate, because if you try to translate them word for word in Polish in Google Translate, it will make no sense. Yeah. You kind of have to just know and understand what they are for what they are. These sort of idioms, okay?
Exactly.
So this is why you have us here to teach you this, right? To be your guide, all right, into idioms today, all right? So that's what we're doing.
And you have us here, but we see that you are here. Yes. I see a lot of people saying hello to Tamara and Carter. Yes. We see people that say hello again.
Some of our colleagues are on.
Yeah, maybe they were in our last session.
Right.
So hello to you. Hopefully,
my dad's watching. They popped here.
Hopefully, some of the expressions that we did in our little ad about how to say hello could be useful for you. Things like saying, "How you doing?
Right.
How's it going?" Those are common phrases and expressions that you will hear from Americans. And as an English learner, you don't want to just learn one phrase or expression, hello. You want to add in a few others. How are you doing? What's up? How's it going? So thank you. Please write more in the comments. We want to hear from you.
Yes,
we want you to interact. Let us know which expressions are your favorites, which idioms you know, and we will give you some feedback on that.
Exactly. So don't be shy, don't be bashful. Put some comments there. So back to another idiom that I think we both sort of like, another sort of sports one, is keep one's eye on the ball. Keep one's eye on the ball, or keep your eye on the ball, which goes with an expression which is
in baseball as well,
pull yourself together.
But pull yourself together. Keep your eye on the ball means stay focused.
Stay focused. Yeah.
Stay with your target. But a common expression that you might say to someone to encourage them to stay focused is pull yourself together.
Keep your eye on the ball.
Yes, pull yourself together. Means get everything organized and let's stay focused on what we have to do.
Exactly.
We know you guys can pull yourself together and get these English classes. Learn the vocabulary, practice speaking. We know you'll keep your eye on the ball.
Exactly. And
more hellos, more hellos.
And again, with the sports metaphor, if those who are not familiar with baseball, the idea of keeping one's eye on the ball literally is if you know anything or watched a bit of baseball in movies or whatever, you have a pitcher who throws the ball, then you have a batter, and the idea is that when you're the batter, you literally want to focus in on the ball, in, and then you hit the ball, right? So you just keep your eye on the ball in order to hit it.
Yes.
And such is life, right?
And to hit it out of the ballpark. To hit it out of the park.
Out of the park.
So we want to do that.
Another great expression,
You're joining us live, you're watching us, and we're talking about 25 idioms and expressions that we use that will make you feel more like a native speaker.
Exactly.
So please write in the comments, let us know what you want to hear more. We've talked about already getting down to business. It's time to hit the books. You're studying English, so it's time to hit the books. Yes, and let's keep your eye on the ball. It's getting going. So one of the expressions we had,
we're getting in full swing. We're in full swing right now, and to be in full swing means that something is at a stage at the level of activity, it's at its highest peak, right?
Exactly.
And right now, I feel like we're at our highest peak. You know, I feel like we're doing such a great job. You know, and we're definitely in full swing.
In full swing.
And very soon, we're going to be in full swing in April, because in April is when our new semester starts. So I want you guys to join our Academy of New York family. We want to get you talking. So subscribe to our online courses and just call or text us, okay?
So stick with us for this. We are going to get things in full swing.
Yes.
You can use that sports analogy. As we said, a lot of these come from sports.
Yes.
Do you have different idioms or expressions that you use in Polish that might be similar? Write those in the comments. We want to hear more about these expressions that you use that might be similar to some of the common phrases or expressions we use in English.
Or if it's not Polish, if it's some other language you might speak, because not everyone wants to take English classes, speak Polish.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so maybe something in your language that you want to join us, right? And tell us what it is. You could be from wherever, right? So
exactly.
Yes, don't be shy.
Yes, we might learn something new here too. We're instructors here at the Academy of New York. As you can tell by our accent, we focus on an American English accent. Yes. Carter, where are you from?
I'm from New York originally, but I don't sound like it right now because you wouldn't understand what I'm saying. So, and where are you from, Tamara?
I am from like one of the most furthest places that you can be from away from New York.
Yes.
I am from Alaska, and you would say that my accent is very neutral.
Yes.
It really helps as a teacher to have my neutral accent. We don't have as much slang from Alaska as maybe a New Yorker
but they do speak
or
moose.
California. We don't speak moose.
They do speak moose.
Get out of here. What are you talking about? No, but you know what? Being here at the Academy of New York, you will get to interact with American culture. These expressions and idioms that we're talking about today and using and showing you how to use will be very, very useful when you're speaking to Americans or meeting new people.
Exactly.
You can let them know that, hey, I'm feeling good about my English. I'm bringing my A game today.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm throwing out another one of our expressions.
So to bring your A game, essentially to bring your top level of skill to something, right? Top level of skill. And I could say, and talent for that matter, and I can tell you, if you join us at the Academy of New York, all of our teachers always bring our A game in our lessons. So we always step it up, I would say. You know?
Yes,
step up our game.
You bet.
Yeah. And if you join us, for certain, with the Academy of New York, you will definitely be ahead of the pack.
Oh, I like that
Ahead of the pack. It's another idiom, right? Which means to be more successful than the competition.
Jot that down. You want to be ahead of
Think
the
about
pack.
that. Yeah, you want to be ahead of the pack. So you want to be more successful than the competition, and you'll definitely will get that because our teachers are fantastic, and you'll get a quality service at the Academy of New York.
Yes, exactly. As he said, our teachers, we give you a lot of praise. We'll say often, you did a good job, keep it going. That is one of the common phrases or expressions that you'll hear from Americans. And as we said, it ties in a little bit in sports. We say, there you go, keep it going, you did a great job. Those are other expressions that you can use as well to compliment someone, to let them know that what they're doing is really, really good.
Yes. And one I like to actually talk about, another idiom, is the elephant in the room.
Okay.
And the elephant in the room is sort of like the problem for which nobody is addressing, but everybody knows it's there. So like we said before, a lot of like the coronavirus for some countries, it was the elephant in the room and nobody was addressing, but people are now addressing. So so the elephant in the room, and that can be used in many different ways, in many different contexts. But it's usually when someone or a group of people do not want to talk about sort of the problem at hand and are kind of completely ignoring it.
Yes.
Consciously or unconsciously, but usually consciously, yeah. Because they don't want to be in conflict. Yeah,
they're doing it on purpose to avoid that topic.
Right.
And one of the phrases I chose that kind of goes along with that, when you want to talk about it, you might say, hey, what the heck is going on? what's going on or what the heck is going on.
Right.
Saying heck is not a bad word.
Nope.
You can use that one.
Exactly.
But you are questioning what's going on in certain situations. And you want to know, you don't want to avoid the elephant in the room.
Right.
You want to talk about it.
Address it. Right, exactly.
Or address it, yes.
Yeah.
Address it is another way of saying to talk about something or to discuss something. Let's address it. Let's talk about it now.
Right.
And our expression, the elephant in the room, means that we're trying not to talk about something that we know we should talk about.
Exactly. And just for those who are coming late, again, we're in full swing right now with our live chat for Academy of New York Live. You're watching a live session about 25 idioms and common expressions with myself, Carter, and Tamara.
Yes.
So we welcome you, and we're going to get to the next one, which is no strings attached. No strings attached, which means something is sort of given without involving demands. To give something back or any sort of limits, right?
Right.
Which is the ideal situation. Everyone would love to have no strings attached.
Right.
But unfortunately, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Except if you're joining us today, because this is free, so you can actually get this for free. But there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Exactly.
But no strings, going back to the original idiom, there are no strings attached. Tamara, any thoughts about no strings attached?
Yes, no strings attached means that you get something and you don't have to worry that you have to give something in return. So there's no strings, like something tied to it.
Right.
And there's nothing tied to this offer. It's free to you. But as he explained, there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Right.
Is another expression that we often use, meaning that, hey, today maybe I don't have to pay, but later I might have to pay something or give something.
Exactly.
But today, this is free. This is free. Don't worry. You're here for free on Facebook Live.
Yes.
This is just a taste of what our lessons are like. It's not exactly a lesson, but it gives you an idea of how our instructors are at the Academy. It gives you an idea of speaking with native speakers, because some of our students, they have a little fear of that. But now coming to an academy where you will only be dealing with American native speakers, this gives you an idea of that. So hopefully we killed two birds with one stone here.
Another great expression.
Yes.
Actually, that's an idiom. Excuse me.
That's his line. That's an idiom. I threw that.
That's okay. Yeah, but killing two birds with one stone essentially means to accomplish like multiple tasks like at one time, right? Just to break it down very simply. So today you're getting we're going to kill two birds, but we heard of a really great, a better Polish idiom, which was, I don't remember, it was something about the roasts on the fire, or two roasts on one fire. You
guys write more of these expressions. Interact with us. We want to hear about it. But we feel like we're killing two birds with one stone. We're not killing birds here.
No.
Nothing literal.
No.
But it means that you achieve two goals with the same effort.
With the same effort,
Okay, so we are able to talk to some of our old students who we're missing right now because of the coronavirus. But hopefully we're also meeting some new people. So we're killing two birds with one stone. We hopefully are getting some new people to come along and join us in April when we get back in full swing of the lessons. We want to see you at Academy of New York. We want to get you talking. So two birds with one stone.
Two birds, one stone, or as they say in Polish, two roasts on one fire. I think that's what it was, something like that. Which I think is a much better actually idiom, because it doesn't involve killing anything. It involves eating, which I like to do. So I think it's a much better idiom. But I like that one.
Oh, I see one that ties in with the full swing, or let's get down to business. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's get the ball rolling. It's a sport one too.
Yeah, another sports one.
What sport do we have a rolling ball?
Bowling.
Bowling, exactly.
Pool.
Yes, exactly.
Billiards, as you
so
said.
when we get the ball rolling, it means we get things started. We get going in that direction. So I like that expression.
That's a good one.
That they tied that in very, very well.
Another sports one, great.
Really good.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. That means that's the way things happen. That's the way it goes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
For better or for worse.
It does. It means that things happen.
Right.
Okay? Things happen is another common expression. When you make a mistake and you don't want to worry about it so much or be so serious, you might just say, you know, I'm sorry, I messed up, things happen.
Right.
So that's the way the cookie crumbles, means that's the way things can happen sometimes.
Right.
Crumbs come off of cookies, we know. I love my cookies, I'm a cookie monster. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Things can happen. Right now we're dealing with things as they happen, and we're kind of playing it by ear. So that's another expression we wanted to talk with you about today, is that we're playing things by ear.
Yeah, and everything is in an idiom. We want to also mention in concert with playing it by ear is up in the air, which up in the air is something that is undecided or uncertain, right?
Yes.
So go ahead, let's play it by ear.
Yeah, play it by ear means, okay, there's no detailed schedule or plan. We'll just let things go as they go. As we said, that's how the cookie crumbles. Things can happen, but we'll play it by ear. We won't panic, we won't worry. We'll have these live sessions for you, and we'll play it by ear, and then we'll be ready to get things in full swing with the lesson. You see how I tied those expressions in there?
That was great. That was master stroke of teaching.
Yeah,
and that's what you have to look forward to. She's a professional, folks, okay? She's a professional. That's what she does.
Thank you.
Day in, day out at Academy of New York. So that's why, don't forget, we're starting our new semester in April. Join our Academy of New York family. We'll get you talking. Subscribe for our online course. Just call or text us, okay?
Good job.
Look at what this is what we're dealing with here. All right? So
you did a great job there. Definitely.
And put the cart before the horse.
Okay.
And it goes back to what we were talking about before. The only way you can get yourself learning English and getting better is you have to first make that first step, right? The first step is signing up. So put first things first. Put the cart before the horse means to put first things first. Prioritize things the right way so things can go right smoothly, right?
Exactly.
So
but, you know, you have to work first and get things started, and you don't want to put the cart before the horse, because those things don't go in that order.
That dog don't hunt.
Oh gosh. Those things don't go in that order. The cart should go first and then the horse. So we want to keep things in the right order, okay? So we hope that the way that we're giving you these expressions and talking with you about these idioms, you'll understand them. Oh, I see another one here. You guys got it going on. Okay, I like that expression.
All right, thanks, Pop.
That's a thing. That's a good one. To say someone has it going on is, that's a really good American expression. To say someone has it going on is a very big compliment. It says that that person is doing great. It even may talk about how they look too, but it means that the person is doing really, really
I am handsome, so I understand that.
Exactly, dear. You bet, you bet. That's one of the expressions I wanted to add in there. It's a way to say yes or to agree with things. You could say, you bet. If someone asks you to do something, or you're saying that you like or agree with it, you bet is another great way and a very common way that Americans will say, yeah, you bet.
Yeah, you bet. Right. Or I said also, in slang, it's just bet. But you take you off and say, bet. It just means it's the same thing, but just take off the you.
Yes, exactly. Definite slang. I think it's more New York slang.
Probably. Probably on that one.
You might not hear too many of my people in Alaska saying that, but yeah, bet, it works out really, really good. So hopefully you've been jotting these down. We've been going through 25 expressions and idioms that you will hear native speakers use. This live session, we'll be doing these every day for the next couple weeks. And please join in. Make sure that you log in and make sure that you write to us. Let us know what we're saying or ask questions. We're here to give you some feedback.
And if you want to get ahead of the pack,
Good one.
You should also join our American Academy of New York family. Get ahead of the pack. Sign up today. Subscribe for our online course. Just call or text us, okay?
Okay,
right.
Definitely.
So
and bring your A game.
Bring your A game.
Okay.
We always do. So
yes.
we want you to bring your A game.
Bring your A game. Yeah. We know that we've been using a lot of sports expressions, and bring your A game is another one. That means that you've got to come with your best effort, your best ability, and try to be the best that you can be. So being ahead of the pack means that you're trying to be the best.
Exactly.
And bringing your A game is definitely saying that I'm trying to be my best in class. Okay?
So put your best foot forward and come join us.
Another good one. Another good one. Yeah. So when it's time to hit the books, you have to bring your A game, okay? That's what we're asking you for when you come and be a student with us and learn English.
So you have to too.
Oh yeah. You bet. You bet. That's what we do.
Another one, actually it's funny, I actually didn't mention this one before, but I think it's a good one. I think it's a good one to actually mention this more advanced, is stand one's ground.
Okay.
That's a good one. It just means to not change one's opinion or position.
Okay.
All right, when you stand your ground, it just sort of means like, no, I'm going to stand my ground here. I'm going to say, this is what I believe, this is what I think, and I'm not going to change. And sometimes in life, we have to do that, right? You have to stand your ground on your principles and things like that, and do what you feel is right. So it also it's also funny, it can be another sports metaphor when actually a team stands their ground.
Yes,
which means they don't give up any field position, right?
Yes.
So it
ties in very often to sports. Yeah. But maybe someone's standing their ground, they're giving their opinion and they're saying how they feel, but a common expression or response you could have to it is, "You're kidding me."
Right. Oh,
you're kidding me.
Right.
And I've heard my students try to use that one, and I like it that they want to try. So it's, "You're kidding me," or you could say, "You got to be kidding me." When someone is giving you their feeling or expression and maybe you disagree, you could say, "You're kidding me," or "You got to be kidding me." So that's another common expression that you'll hear. You might have heard it in a movie or a television series that you're watching.
You got to be kidding me.
You got to be kidding me.
Right.
You're kidding me. So if someone stands their ground, but you're still trying to give your opinion too, you could use that phrase. "You're kidding me. Exactly. I don't believe this. You're kidding me right now."
Very good. Yes. Yeah. Another one is to put all one's eggs in one basket. To put all eggs in one basket. To put your eggs in one basket.
Yes.
Which means to rely on one thing to bring success, right? One thing to bring you success.
Yes.
And we're all guilty of that, I think, at some point in our lives.
It happens.
But the idea is when you use this expression, or this idiom I should say, is that you spread things around, that you have different sources of whatever of success, possibly, that different things, different modes of success, right? That can come to you, not just one, right?
Yes.
So
you have to have many different plans. You have to have many different options.
Right.
You can't put all your eggs in one basket. That's the expression, to put all your eggs in one basket. So we want you to come here and study with us, talk, use the vocabulary. These are all different ways. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. Use all the different ways to be able to improve your English.
And I think that's actually one thing I would, one suggestion and advice that you just said for students. We want you to learn, we want you to improve your English and come and join us at our Academy of New York family. But the thing is, I think you agree, is that you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket with regards to solely thinking the lectures and our lessons are going to be able to improve. You have to do the work. You have to hit the books. You have to hit the books at home, right? And also do the work. And that's how you're going to improve as well. So don't put your eggs in one basket with regards to one tool or one mode of improving yourself, but different kinds of means and modes to improve your English, okay? Just like you're doing right now. Just like you're doing right now by watching our live session about 25 idioms and expressions with us, all right? So that's one other way, by not putting your eggs in one basket.
One expression I wanted to cover, and it hopefully will be helpful for you, as we were saying, putting your eggs in one basket, learning new things. But sometimes you're learning something new and maybe you didn't quite understand it. and my students sometimes struggle to have a phrase that they can use easily to say when they didn't understand something. So one common phrase that we use in American English is that we might say, I didn't catch that.
Yes.
I didn't catch that. Meaning we want you to repeat what you said because we didn't understand it.
Or I didn't hear it.
Or I didn't hear it.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
To catch it also could be in sports. We catch a ball, okay? But I didn't catch that means I didn't understand it. Could you repeat it again?
Right.
You're learning, your students, don't be afraid to tell someone to repeat it, to say, I didn't catch that.
Right.
Can you repeat it again? And we will do that for you. That's what we're here to do, to give you tips, tricks, and help you learn English. Help you be able to say what you want to say in English.
Exactly.
Oh, to be on the stage. I do like that expression. It's not a sports one. It's more from theater or acting. We might just say to be on the stage or to be on the spot, meaning that the attention is on you.
Right.
Everybody's looking at you.
And the attention is definitely on us today.
Yes,
for sure,
yes,
for sure.
We are in the spotlight, but we're okay with that.
We
We're
are.
bringing our A game.
Yes, we are. And we're getting down to business.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
And we're hopefully encouraging you to hit the books,
Exactly.
to come and study with us, to work with American English. We're here to give you tips and tricks that will make you feel more comfortable when you're trying to speak English to new friends or with your colleagues, or even if you just want to be able to understand English movies or read books. Your goals could be different, but you bet we're here to help you with any of those.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I see another one by Googie Hall. You guys definitely don't go all over the map.
oh, okay. That one's and not as commonly used, but I understand what you're getting at. To go all over the map kind of ties in with to put the cart before the horse. It means to not be in the right order, to be everywhere
Disorganized.
and disorganized. So when you're all over the map, it means you don't have a plan or things are not in the right order.
Right.
So don't be all over the map. Stick to the focus. Get down to business.
Right.
And hit the books.
Right.
And you know we're here to help make sure that you stay on track, and you will hear from us a lot of, okay, great jobs, you good going there.
The other thing I wanted to say is that if you don't, back to my lecture, is that you know, make sure you're doing the work outside the classroom, because unless you do, if you don't do that, you're going to be back at square one. So back at square one is another idiom, which means to start something over again because the previous attempts failed. And you have to ask yourself, how many times have you tried to start to learn English, improve your English, and then you don't do the work, you don't study, and then you end up back at square one.
Okay.
So we don't want you back at square one.
Exactly.
Okay? Yeah, it's really important.
Back at square one. As he said, if something didn't work out, you got to go back to the beginning.
Right.
But as teachers, sometimes we need to go back to the basics with our students, okay? It's a different expression.
Right.
Back at square one, things didn't work out, I need to go back to start over. But back to the basics means that Carter and I need to make sure that you have the basics down, and then we move the lesson forward, more advanced. You guys do know that this is just a taste of our lesson, okay? This isn't exactly how we do it in class, but it's a taste, gives you a plan and a little bit of an idea what happens in our class.
The mood of our classes and how we sort of are. Because I think a lot of people are sort of scared and to come to our class and sort of deal with natives, because it's one thing dealing with someone who also speaks English as a second language, but to deal with a native can be a little bit intimidating.
Yeah, you bet.
But hopefully through your, at least it's coming through, I hope, is that you have nothing to be worried about, nothing to be scared of. We're not going to bite you, you know. You're gonna have a good time, I think, in our lessons. We like to. I know my
killing
lessons,
two birds.
No,
okay.
no killing, no killing.
killing
Lots of eating, talking, yes, things like that.
Exactly.
And but lots of fun in the class. So we want to remember that we start a new semester in April. Join our Academy of New York family, and we'll get you talking. That's the main thing. And you won't be back at square one, all right?
So if you just are joining in on our session, we've been doing some idioms and expressions, some common phrases that you'll hear from native speakers. We hope that some of these phrases have been really useful for you. We started out in the beginning talking about phrases like getting the ball rolling. I see a comment for something, let's get the dice rolling.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let's get the ball rolling. It's simple,
yeah. You know what, I would say that a native speaker would use ball in this situation.
Unless you're from Vegas, then probably dice.
Unless you're in Vegas,
then it's probably dice.
Yes.
So,
but we've talked about hitting the books. Some other expressions we've used were cart before the horse. We've talked about some expressions about being up in the air, that things are a little unsure.
Or let's play it by ear, which goes, with up in the air. We also say keep one's eye on the ball.
Definitely.
Which means to focus on the goal and the task at hand, which also we talked about the expression which kind of goes hand in hand in concert with is pull yourself together. Right. To get yourself organized, to get yourself focused. So those two sort of go hand in hand together. In full swing. Right now we're in full swing. We're coming towards the end of full swing.
I know. It went so fast.
Yeah, it really did.
It just flies. Time flies.
Yes.
I tried to give you a few expressions that we commonly use to say yes. Things like, oh, you bet. We would agree to something. I also gave you an expression that you could use when maybe you didn't understand or you didn't hear it. You can say, oh, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that. It's a sports one too, but it means that I didn't understand what you said. Could you repeat? Okay. Also, sometimes my students might use this expression when I say, okay, here's homework. You're kidding me. We use it very often when we don't agree with something or we're questioning it. So that expression, I know they've tried, but they could say, you got to be kidding me. Or you could say, you're kidding me. All right? And
with learning English, like anything in life, it can be easy come, easy go.
Oh, yes.
So, you have to, I'm going to be like a dog on a bone on this today, but you have to study, do the work outside the classroom, because like anything in life, easy come, easy go, which means something gained easily can also be lost easily. And learning English is something you have to keep up with. And so the idea of today, the idea of this live chat that you guys are watching, is to give you some semblance, some idea of what we do so you can keep up with your English, hear how a native speaks, because we understand English is a muscle, a tool you need to constantly sort of work on, and it can be easy come, easy go, if not. Such is life, right?
Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. That was one of the expressions that we talked about, that things can happen. Right. So if we stay focused, if we keep our eye on the ball, you can get further and further every time with your English. So that's what we want. That's our goal here at Academy of New York. We want you to get talking. We want to see you improve. Thank you guys so much for participating today, writing in the comments. We like that. We like to see that. We will be here every day on Facebook Live, and different instructors will give you different lessons and topics. So don't just come today, come tomorrow, come the next day. We want to see you here every day and take advantage of this situation.
You sold me, Tamara. You sold me. Another expression, you sold me. See eye to eye actually goes hand in hand, I think, with you sold me, which eye to eye, see eye to eye is an idiom, which means to agree with somebody. So I don't know if you want to talk about you sold me.
You sold me means that it's another way of saying I agree. The person is explaining to you how good something is or how much they enjoyed it, and you could say, you sold me. Right. And it doesn't mean you have to buy it, but it means that, hey, I agree, it could be good. I take your opinion on it, and you sold me on the fact.
It can even mean maybe you don't want to go out with your friends, and then your friends say, oh, by the way, so-and-so is going to be there, and then this and that's going to happen. You're like, you know what? You sold me. I'm going, right? I'll go hang out tonight. So, because maybe you were content to stay in, but your friend sold you on the idea. So it also can mean that in that context.
I see just a sneak peek, which ties into the expression we've been saying. This is just a taste. Right. So this lesson and that you're seeing on Facebook Live is just a sneak peek into what our classrooms could be like when you come and take your classes at Academy in New York. So this is just a sneak peek. It's just a taste. we hope that you come and take lessons along with us.
Exactly. And we're all going to be in the same boat. And actually, all of us right now are in the same boat with this coronavirus stuff, right? So, same boat means to be in the same difficult situation as someone else. But it always doesn't have to be difficult. It could be actually a good, you know, in my opinion.
Yes, it can be.
It can be,
a good.
Mainly, it means.
Mainly, it does mean that we're all in the same difficulty.
Difficulty,
exactly.
Yeah, it is. And we all are in the same boat right now.
Right now,
you know,
exactly. It is what it is, and you know, we see this situation, and as we talked about, we're trying to kill two birds with one stone. We're all in the same boat. We're having to stay home. We're having to do lessons a little differently. So we're trying to kill two birds with one stone. We're trying to stay connected with our students, and we're also trying to meet new students, to invite you to come on in and take lessons with us.
So don't miss the boat, all right? And just so you know, we start our new semester in April, so join our Academy of New York family. We'll get you talking. Subscribe for our online course. Just call or text us. Don't miss the boat. All right, that's another expression.
I didn't catch that. What does "don't miss the boat" mean?
It means sort of like don't miss the opportunity, right? Don't miss the opportunity. Take advantage. It doesn't mean
don't miss the cruise ship.
No, well, right now don't go on any cruise ships. Right? Whatever you do, don't go on any cruise ships. Yes. You want to miss that boat, okay? But you don't want to miss this boat, which means join us and come join our Academy of New York family. Right. You don't want to miss the opportunity.
You probably have an expression like that in Polish, to not miss the boat.
Maybe.
But it means don't miss the opportunity. We're giving you a great opportunity. We hope you like this sneak peek and that you'll stick with us. Okay.
I think in Jamaica they have "don't miss the goat."
Oh, okay, all right. I didn't hear that when I was in Jamaica, but okay.
Well, because they like to eat goat.
You're telling the truth. Yes. But I see some other comments about be safe and stay home. Okay.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you. And thank you in advance is another way, another common expression that we use.
Don't worry, we put a hazmat suit on before we came in. We have one coming out, we're fine. Yes.
We are being safe, and we are not exactly at home right now, but we will be home soon, but we're being safe. Thank you very much for being concerned for us. Definitely write any questions or comments that you have in the comment box. We're about to wrap things up. We're getting to our last few minutes, but we've talked about hopefully some very useful expressions that you can use in your lessons, and you can use when you're speaking with native speakers. Yeah,
I think that we covered a lot today. Just to, we're not going to go through all the definitions, but just to review: ahead of the pack, back to square one, ballpark number and figure, easy come, easy go, get down to business, what we started off with today, in full swing, no strings attached, keep one's eye on the ball, put all one's eggs in one basket, see eye to eye, you sold me, right? Same boat, miss the boat, all right? Don't go on any boats right now. The elephant in the room, up in the air, let's play it by ear, stand one's ground, and put the cart before the horse. So that's generally the idioms we covered. I didn't say all the expressions we covered too, but generally get the sense of the things we did today. So,
and you guys put some great expressions in there. Thank you so much for the time you spent with us today. We are just so happy that our students are interacting with us. We miss you guys, and we are hoping that we'll see you very, very soon in April. You will see some other instructors coming soon. Who's up next?
Well, actually, we have Robin Taylor, who will give you 15 ways to speak English confidently.
Yes.
Confidently. And I am really confident that you're going to enjoy yourself and with them, because they're excellent teachers and they're great guys, both musicians, so don't be surprised if they bring guitars with them or something and serenade you, sing a little song. So really, really fantastic teachers. So you're in good hands. Tomorrow you're definitely in good hands.
So in closing, a few expressions that you might use when you're ready to leave or wrap things up, which we talked about, that it may be time to say goodbye. So some expressions you might hear from American speakers instead of goodbye, they might just say take it easy, or we could say take care, you know, and right now everybody should take care.
Take care.
We are in the time of coronavirus.
Wash your hands.
Yes. So we have to wrap it up, you guys, but thank you again.
It's been our pleasure. My name is Carter.
And my name is Tamara, and I hope you guys take it easy and take care.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.